back now to Bloemfontein, where the funeral service of Katlego Bereng is expected to start shortly. Our reporter, Linda Mnisi, joins us live from the community hall where the service will be held.
Well, what you're seeing basically right now is the arrival of his remains at a community hall here in Mangaung. This is where the funeral service will be held. As you can hear, the program starting now, so you'll be struggling maybe to hear us, but the family has also arrived, seated. It's a bit dark in the room because there is load shedding. So at the moment, the service is relying on, camera lights and, all the lights that are provided or by other parties in the venue. So like I said, the program will be starting. A number of speakers expected to start speaking. What you're seeing on your screen now is Katlego Bereng's mother, who has been inconsolable since the start, or since the news broke. We saw her breaking down when the coffin arrived at her home, her mother's home, where her son, Katlego Bereng, lived with her mother, who is Katlego's grandmother. She's seated behind her. On the sides there you're seeing her sisters trying to comfort her. It's reached that moment where she has to say goodbye to her son, who leaves behind also 2 children. So a very difficult morning, as you would have heard there from the father speaking to us earlier, saying that they're praying that one day the truth will come out. This, of course, in light of the news that the murder charge has been withdrawn. So the state explaining to us during those court proceedings, prior court proceedings, that with the information they have, it will guide them in terms of the kind of charges that are being laid. I'm going to ask my colleague Morena to just come to the side where I'm at to show you a picture of Katlego Bereng. The last time his family saw him, this is how he looked like, as the picture that you're seeing now. In fact, they're putting it on the ground. You'll be able to see it shortly. This is exactly how his family last saw him looked like, but what they described to mourners at the memorial service is a completely different picture, saying that his charred remains were a horrifying sight, really, to look at. This morning, they then gather to bid their farewells, as investigations have also been concluded. You would have also heard that they've had to wait before really identifying his body. They've had to wait for investigators to conclude with those investigations on his body. So the fact that we're here today, the fact that we're at this point, signals the conclusion of those investigations as far as his body is concerned. We know that there will be, of course, conducting more investigations around other aspects of this case. They told us that those investigations will be broad and are likely to take some time. So things at this point may change as time goes on. As you would remember, the charges that have been laid against the accused persons in the Thabo Bester escape matter are provisional. They may be updated at any point until, of course, we reach pre-trial stages and trial stages where they will go on trial against facing all, of course, those charges that we saw on those charge sheets. And those include fraud, corruption, violation of a body, and many others, defeating the ends of justice amongst those that have been listed in that charge sheet. Details how monies were moved around, how bodies were moved around. In one instance, a separate body taken from a mortuary and later discarded and put in basically a river as of course the plans at that point may have failed. So the state alleging that at some point a prison CCTV operator offered about 2.5 million to switch off the cameras at Mangaung prison. This is where Katlego Bereng's body would later be driven in and set alight in South 35. That camera, that CCTV operator, Tebogo Dipolo, we're told, or we've seen in that charge sheet, was paid about 14,000 rand. So the state then will have the duty to prove the allegations that it's listed on that charge sheet in Dogoto.
All right, Linda, thank you so much. We'll leave it there for now.